Tony Schiavone. Let's get into it. Diesel War reaction.
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, man.
Well, I told you, my former broadcast partner, Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone, how you doing? Good. You've been in the business a long time. Our paths have never crossed. I used to watch you in world-class championship wrestling. Enjoyed you in the WWF with The Undertaker. I've really admired your career. But I do want to say something that 2 weeks ago I was watching this program. And you know when you were talking to Vince Russo? I have never in my life seen someone kiss someone's ass the way you kissed Vince Russo to try to get in his business.
Go ahead, keep talking.
We'll keep talking. Let me tell you this. This is one man's opinion, okay? I would have never stooped that low. All right, here, stand next to me. I need to look thin, okay? I would have never stooped that low. It was pathetic, but it's just one man's opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion, but I do want to talk about something if I can. As you probably know, I've been out of the business for almost 2 years, and I've been wondering exactly why I've not had a job in pro wrestling for 2 years. Is your name Goldilocks? As in, who's been sleeping in my bed? Now, let me get this right. You do the interviews around here, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So let me do an interview with you, okay? How long have you been in pro wrestling? 5 minutes. Okay? Why are you here with NWA? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Goldie. Tits and ass.
Now, this wasn't what I expected.
That's the reality of our business.
I thought he was answering.
And hey, I don't care. I don't mind. I understand when Vince Russo talks about extreme, S-E-X. I understand that. But here's the deal. You know, you make Pamela Paulshock look like Diane Sawyer. Do you realize that? And I do understand, but what I can't understand and what I think, that a blonde bimbo like you should be holding something instead of this.
Tony, that's enough.
And I think you know what I mean, right?
Tony, that's enough. You've gone over the line, Tony.
Well, Mike, come on in the ring here. Come on in the ring. We haven't talked in a long time. Come on. Come on. As most of you probably know, I was responsible for driving Mike Tenay around at each and every show during the days of WCW. So, Mike, it's been a long time since we talked, so I'd like to talk to you face to face. I called you because I have a couple of things I wanted to say. First of all, how's the family? How's Karen, okay?
Family's doing just fine.
Good. Mike, when the NWA TNA first formed, I thought to myself, this will be a perfect opportunity for me to get back into pro wrestling. You know why, Mike?
Tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you why. In 1983, when I was interviewing Harley Race, what were you doing? Selling air conditioning equipment in L.A.?
I was working in Las Vegas, but get to your point.
You were
What's
working in
the
Las
story?
Vegas. Not only that, I was there with the Rock and Roll Express. I was there when Magnum TA had his car wrecked. I was there with the Four Horsemen. I was doing the Great American Bash while you were writing dirt sheets in Las Vegas. You understand?
And your point?
My point is that I tried to get in the door here, and you know what I was told? Well, first of all, Jeff Jarrett never returned my call. You know what I was told? Tenay doesn't want to work with you. Tenay thinks you held him down during the years at WCW. Is that the deal, Mike?
Yeah,
you
I'm
think
sure,
I held
Tony.
you down?
I held you down? That's hardly the case. If anything, I went out of my way each and every week to make your job easier, and you know that.
Oh, yeah, you did a great job of that. You did an absolute great job of that. But I want to talk reality, Mike. I want to talk reality. I heard you out here talking to Vince Russo about how Vince Russo had you sitting at home. You know what I say to that, Mike? Bullshit. That's what I say to that.
No,
How many
this is
kids you
bullshit.
get in?
It's a fact. That's exactly what it was. Russo cost me my job, and he cost you your job, and he cost hundreds of other people their job with WCW, and that's a fact.
Baloney. He jumped on the Titanic before it hit the iceberg. It was going down anyway. You know it, and I know it. What is keeping pro wrestling down is people like you. And let me tell you why.
Why is that?
Let me tell you why. If you would have been around in the 1950s, would you have liked Gorgeous George? Hell no, you wouldn't have liked it. You'd have kept him down. What about Andy Kaufman?
Hardly the case.
What about Andy Kaufman and the deal in the 70s with him? Would you have gone for that? No, because it wouldn't meet up to your standards. You would have buried Hulkamania. You would have buried the NWA. You would have buried the NWO. You would have done all that, Mike, because Vince Russo doesn't like things the way you like it.
Vince Russo doesn't belong in wrestling. You think I'm
Tony!
against progress in
Tony!
wrestling? That's not the case at all.
Tony!
You want to talk some facts?
Tony!
Let's talk some facts. You're trying to cut me off. Don't cut me off. Let's talk facts. Let's
that's
talk
all you
facts.
got is facts.
Let's talk facts. Let's talk 1999.
Let's talk facts! This man has bullshit between his ears, Tony. He does not listen to one word you say. And he represents tradition. This is what it's all about. People like him who only give a shit about themselves, Tony. He doesn't care about you or your kids or you, the best announcer in this business, not working for 2 years. So what I say is, Mike Tenay, blow me. Tony Schiavone does not need you because, Tony, behind that door, there is a family. We care about each other. We don't stab each other in the back like the Tenays of the business. You want a home? You've got a job, Tony. You've got a job right beyond that door, and we're waiting for you with open arms.
You and Russo? I guess I shouldn't be surprised, Tony. Remember your motto all those years? Yeah, when we drove down the road. Remember your motto? Any way the wind blows. In other words, who's ever in charge, you're gonna kiss their butt. You know what, Tony? That's a perfect association for you with Russo.
Remember the word family, Mike. Remember the word family. You understand? 2 kids, going to college, sitting on the sidelines, and Vince Russo put me on the job. You're bullshit. You've always been bullshit, and I want to tell you this right now. Down in Atlanta, Georgia, is a guy named Scott Hudson who could do your job any day, and he wouldn't even charge him the airfare to go to Las Vegas.
You know what, Tony? When it came to job security in all those years with WCW, you were all about politics. You were never about performance.